Hey gamers, welcome to another brand new DSP video. As you guys know, DSP has been confused why his memberships were not counting in his revenue. He got like what? 400 memberships from Nikita, 100 from Duty, and like what, 50 from XE Hooligan? Whatever. And he got all these memberships. Why weren't they counted in the revenue? Well, DSP has figured it out, guys. He finally figured it out. Let's hear what he has to say.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort.
Snort. Snort. Tell you. Drip. Snort. Snort. I got the drip. Go.
So I think I've covered everything at this point. So you guys know the deal. I'm someone who makes a living out of stream contributions, not off of sponsorships, partnerships, and the like. I don't have any paid promotions, no product codes to enter in to get a discount and give me a kickback. It's all about
I love that he phrased that so negatively, to have a discount code or whatever the fuck. But this dude was playing Street Fighter 6, and he has the ads enabled during stream to just play randomly or whatever. And people in chat were saying, this is kind of annoying, I want to watch the game or whatever. And DSP yelled at them saying to watch the stream. Stop complaining about the ads. He needs the ads to survive. Blah blah blah. It's a necessary evil. All this shit. But when other YouTubers have discount codes, he complains about them. And it's like, dude, they do that so they not on stream saying, guys, my day off is coming. I would love to go to a restaurant. I mean bills. I need to pay bills. And all this, like, that's why they do that kind of shit. So they wouldn't have to do that. And they figure it's probably more easier to just skip through the plug than to just panhandle them for money, whatever the fuck, like without having to beg or whatever. And it's like, dude, just why are you mocking this? You just yelled at your chat about them having to see an ad. Like, I don't go to a Mega 64 podcast or a stream of them and seeing any of them start yelling at their chat about them complaining about an ad. You know what I mean? Come on.
me making content and you guys liking it so much that you support it. Please consider supporting the stream today. Ways that you can support: becoming a member, gifting memberships, super chats or super stickers, or tips. Currently, I'd like to hit $50 of tips on this stream. That's always my goal when I do any kind of a stream on YouTube. And sometimes we hit it and sometimes we don't. It's great when we do. It helps a lot. It'd be great if we can get around maybe like anywhere from 8 to 10 members today. Would help boost the channel a bit. Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of that, I think it's time to now get to the subject that
it's time
everyone
go.
wants to know about. Right.
Let's go.
Let's talk about it, because finally I have my definitive answer of what's been going on this last week and a half with these member bombs. All right. So let's review.
This is wild, because he teased this by saying, "Oh, if they kept their mouth shut and all this stuff," yelling at them, saying that he found it because people bragged about it on forums and online or whatever. Now, I tried to find the clip before I did this video. I couldn't remember if it was in a podcast or a between segment or whatever. I think it was in a podcast. So I beg you guys, I'm begging guys, I'm begging, okay? If you find the clip that is in his podcast or somewhere where he's discussing this, I would love it. I would love it. I would be so happy if you guys found it. I tried pig go re, couldn't find it there. I tried going through Snort Hogan clips. I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure people were telling him directly that it could be the currency thing. Oh, maybe they bought it with a different currency, and he told them that they're wrong. No, that can't be it, because he compared it to digital storefronts. Well, like, you go to Steam and they do this and they modify the price for that or whatever the fuck, right? He literally brought that up. That all these sites reflect the currency conversion or whatever. So that's why he didn't believe it or whatever. That was one of the things. But people were telling him this and he ignored them. He said that they're wrong. That's not true because of Steam. Steam has an international store. They don't have these weird prices, man. You can't buy a game for $1 there, and it's like these are two different things. And also, YouTube lets you change the price of the membership on a customizable level, as far as I'm to understand, because Easy brags about it. But okay.
What I'm talking about, so you get the full story now in one section. I'm sure OP Boone will timestamp this video with AI.
Oh my god, he name drops OB Boone for AI. Can we just, mods, get him? I need to know what LTG said, because that is another banger of a quote. Mods, like I think he said, mods, squish the skull. Whatever. Mods, you know what to do.
And this will be the start of the story of the member bomb nonsense that's been going
But
on.
also, I love that he says, OP Boot, AI timestamp. He says that, but if he's using AI timestamps, and AI is so great and fantastic and flawless, shouldn't it be naturally finding this segment? Why does he need to, like, verbally announce the timestamp when the AI is gonna find it?
Finally got all the answers. Why do I have all the answers? Because people can't keep their mouths shut. Seriously, most
people told him this weeks ago, and he said that they're wrong. They're wrong, and they're stupid. He gets told that, discards it. YouTube chat, in a way, told him that, didn't accept it. A random guy tells him that's the case because I guess they emailed him directly, and he was like, oh, okay.
time when these kind of things happen, if people just kept their mouths shut, no one would ever figure them out.
And this is stupid. This is really stupid for him to say. And like, it's dumb. It's factually dumb to say, well, they should have kept their mouths shut. But then if they did, then you would come up with your own fucking nonsense, and then, like, it's a dumb rabbit hole. Because if people kept their mouth shut about doing stuff to him, and he says it, then no one would believe him, right? And then, like, people would say he's a liar. Like, what? Like, let's say that he believed that, let's say that the Comcast guy, correct, never made a Kiwi Farms account and talked about what he was doing, right? And all that stuff. And it just kept happening. Daisy wouldn't know. And he would probably figure, and if he did find out eventually on his own somehow, no one would believe him. But it's like, this is such a nothing thing to even brag like this. Oh, if no one kept their mouth shut, like, dude, you're streaming on a website that reaches the globe. Like, you wouldn't be, and he's getting super chats with different currencies and all this stuff, and he never had the thought, how would people buy a membership in a different country? I mean, think about it like this as well. You look at importing Japanese stuff, right? I bought some art books on Japanese Amazon, and guess what? It's a different price because of the conversion rate. Like, that's an exploit, but it's legal because they allow you to do that. Amazon in Japan Amazon also says that they can't ship it. They'll just like blacklist the item, or say we can't ship to your address or whatever. But for the most part, you can buy whatever. I bought the Street Fighter V complete art book on Japanese Amazon, and that was fine, and it was cheap. It wasn't super expensive because the import rates were favorable, but sometimes it goes the other way around as well. But it's like, it's whatever. But that's just the nature of the beast, because it's the internet. The internet.
But people can't help it. They just gotta brag. They gotta go.
And they can't help it. They gotta brag. Like, fuck off. Like, let's listen to this again. This dude is obsessed. He's so obsessed with the trolls. They're conspiring against me. Oh, he loves this narrative so much. Like, I bet you this dude was so excited to tell this to Cat. And dude, family night, he's gonna bring this up, and he's gonna be like, Cat, can you believe you got, like, trolls trying to give me this much memberships? And, like, really, I got $2. And Cat's gonna sit there like, Argh. She's just gonna sit there and just like this the whole time. Because that's what she does. That's all. That's all Family It's gonna be. Oh my god, dude.
Seriously. Most
Seriously.
of the time, when these kind of things happen, if people just kept their mouths shut, no one would ever figure them out. But people can't help it. They just gotta brag. They gotta go, stroke their e-penis.
And honestly, if these people are bragging, I want DSP to name them. Name these people. Name this account that's bragging. Like, he's already bragging, Phil. You might as well name drop the guy. Right? Correct?
On forums somewhere, the big assy code coming out of their crotch and stuff.
And dude, this dude loves thinking about other people's dicks and how much they're jerking themselves off about, oh, they're bragging about this. This dude brags all the time. He's no better. He acts as if he doesn't brag about his fucking internet accomplishments or whatever the fuck. This dude brags about fucking eating food. He brags about breathing at this point. He brags about doing the most menial things. It is wild that this dude is bragging about fucking existing, and he's like, this guy, he's bragging about the fucking gifted memberships and all this stuff. But it's not really bragging, it's just this dude, like, because this dude was so excited that he got like over 1,000, he had 1,147 memberships. He was bragging so hard about that. And then when trolls were saying, oh yeah, but like if this was an Argentinian guy, he got $2 or whatever. Like, literally that's what they were saying. It's like, this guy thinks that all this stuff, he was bragging about it. And he was like threatening that he was gonna sue YouTube if he wasn't gonna get the money. He was like jerking himself off over someone giving him money. Literally, actually, you know what? This dude loves to shame bathtub streamers, but literally, this dude was bouncing up and down for getting that many memberships, fantasizing what could happen if he got them, if it counted. He was literally foaming at the mouth at the idea that he got all this money. And you wanna know why? This dude got over 1,000 Twitch subs back on Twitch, and he got 1,000 memberships from Team Ico Gamer. This dude knew if these are legit real members, man, money-wise, he was gonna waste it again. And this is why I said when he got these members, even if this dude, let's say Nikita was an American, and he gave him American money with these memberships, that money would not go to the business. It was already spoken for. And a lot of people are at this point theorizing this dude already spent the money because he expected to get that money. Now, I kind of believe that, but I also kind of don't. It's one of those things, it doesn't matter, because it's one of those things that I wouldn't put it past him. That's what it is. That I don't think he is, because he's not, like, super begging yet. Maybe in a week he's going to go back to super begging and all this stuff, but because I would expect him to go really hard on how this affected the business, but he really didn't when he was talking about this. But who knows? It could change on Friday, for all we know, whatever. But this dude, man, it's like, I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't blame people for assuming he already spent the money preemptively because it's DSP. But this guy got a lot of members. What was the first thing he spent it on? Getting Cat an Xbox Series S. Now, as I said many times, there's nothing wrong with wanting to get his wife a gift. But this dude complains how he can't upgrade his fucking business and he doesn't put a dime into it, like, at all. But okay.
They can't resist. And so because of that, all this
so
stuff...
this is the... And what he's saying is that it's not that people were bragging, it's more that people were laughing that this dude was convinced he was gonna get that money. And he was gonna get, like, showered in money. Like, that's all it was. People were just laughing at him. Not bragging. Like, it was to the point where people were just like, yeah, if he finds out, who cares? Like, in reality, he was gonna find out anyway. It would take him very long, but he was gonna find out anyway. That's the thing. Like, that's really the stupid thing about it. Even if no one bragged, let's say we all live the way that DSP wants us to, and we don't talk about him, and we don't troll him or anything like that at all, and this stuff happened. And these people didn't brag about it. So OIC could have told him. Oicy could have emailed him, like, well, Phil, you know what? Like, you know that the prices on memberships change region to region, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was a matter of time. This is so stupid. Come on.
Finally comes to light. And now, the reason I'm telling this story is twofold. Number one, I do want you guys to know what's really going on. But number two, I feel like this is a cautionary tale.
A cautionary
For
tale.
anyone right now who's making
Oh my
content
God.
on YouTube. It might actually affect other sites as well. But right now, I'm only aware of this being something going on.
This is such bullshit. Oh my God. It's such bullshit. By the way, little side note. I meant to read this fortune for like videos because I got a fortune cookie and it was a perfect fortune. Perfect. I was waiting to do it and I kept putting it off. I'm gonna do it now. So I'm interrupting. I'm derailing the video. Bum bum bum. But it's gonna be worth it. You guys gonna love it. For hate is never conquered by hate. Hate is conquered by love. That's right. So I figure this is a perfect fortune cookie because obviously when you're dealing with the king of hate, you must remember we can conquer hate by love. You know, just putting it out there. Oh wait, whoops. I have to click on this window.
On YouTube, okay? So allow me to explain. Last week on the
But saying it's a cautionary tale is really dumb because I feel like either a lot of YouTubers realize this or they just don't care or it's just, you know, they'll live and learn. Like, that's the thing. People just live and learn, man. Like the song, Live and Learn.
7th of January, I received 200 gifted memberships from someone named Nikita. This is someone who I'd never spoken with before, had no idea who they were.
I love, he says, I never spoke with them before. Like, we all have to speak to you to give you money now? It's really weird. Like, giving Phil money, like, this is why. It's like, I wouldn't recommend anyone giving this dude money. It gets really weird. Like, give him $1, give him, like, $2, whatever. Like, give him, like, a manageable amount. But if you become a whale, you enter this vortex of, like, weirdness. Like, it's really like he expects you to, like, fall in love with him when you give him money. It's really weird. Like, I don't even think a stripper, a prostitute, or whatever would act this weird about getting money. You know what I mean?
No one had any idea who they were, but it was 4 bombs of 50 memberships, totaling 200 that day, and everyone was stoked because they got divvied out. People actually received them, and they were using their emotes, and they had the tags and badges and everything, and everyone was super excited for this. Like, wow, this is neat. Obviously, I was happy.
Oh man, I did watch this segment. I'm debating what I want to say now or later. But since I'm thinking about it now, I'll say it now. I'll get ahead of it now because he kind of alluded to it being a troll by saying trolls bragged about it. But I just as I was looking for the clip of him talking about currency conversions and shit, I did stumble on a video from Snort Hogan. I'm not gonna play it because it's like a very small portion of it, and I'll just like fucking summarize it here. DSP was getting excited that, oh, we hit like 1,200 members, we'll open a new emoji slot. And he was so excited for that he could get an emoji slot. Correct? Well, guess what? Not anymore.
Community gets rewarded like that. You know, it's one thing if
it's
I get
one
a
thing
because that directly helps me in the business. But when the community also makes out,
this dude tried. He tried to paint getting tips as helping the community as well. Oh, people love to celebrate seeing me wear a goofy hat, goofy glasses, goofy vest. It was a nice thing, man. He's about everything. It's so stupid. Like, this dude is, like, he wants to be so fucking kind about receiving money. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, no one wants to sit there and be, like, a fucking nonsense guy. But this dude's a nonsense guy anyway. In roundabout ways. Like, there's a reason why no one, like, talks about site contributions like DSP has, and that's why he runs into problems with all these websites. Like, honestly, like, YouTube should really just watch his streams and then just form an opinion and have a nuanced rule where it says that only DSP cannot talk about super chats or members or anything like that. Like, he can't talk about them at all in any way because this dude is so fucking annoying.
That's really cool. And I knew with all these new playthroughs coming up that people were going to enjoy having access to the emotes and the badges and everything. You were going to have a great time with it, right? So it made me feel great. Oh, wow, a feeling of community and, support and growth. The next day...
So, okay, think about this. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys, let's propose a question. If this was such a good thing for the community, correct, then why should the community care about DSP getting money? Like, why is him receiving the money or the quantity of the money? Why is that such a determining factor in this? Like, I'm just sitting there thinking, he's saying that members, and he's been saying it even like in December, that's a community thing. Oh, help the community, give, and all this other shit. I'm thinking, okay, so he just wants, he likes the generosity of it. But he got like 200 memberships for $2. And suddenly, we have to think about this and be like, wait a second. That's not a lot of money. I'm not getting a lot of money this way. And he's not saying that directly, obviously. But if he didn't genuinely care, why are we talking about this? And why are we like being weird about it? I'm just asking questions.
January 8th, I receive another member bomb of 200 members from the same person. Now, I just want you to think about this.
Think about this.
My members.
Think about it.
In the
I agree.
United States cost $3.99 each. So this person buying 400 members in 2 days essentially just spent. Think about how much money they just spent.
Think about the money they just spent. Think about it. Think about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of money.
Now, let's say, correct? Let's say that this didn't happen and he got the money he wanted, right? And people calculated the money he got. This dude would be so fucking mad and butthurt about people doing that. But now that but it's okay now to do it. Not when if it's positive. If it's positive, don't do it. If it's negative, think about it. Of course.
I mean, that's ridiculous amount of money.
That's ridiculous.
Spent, right? And you gotta wonder, is it really legit? Did they just spend over $1,000 to support this channel and the community? You always gotta ask, because it's a difference between if it's someone you know, if it's someone who's a regular in the chat, and they've been here for years, and they're a long-standing fan, and they say, I just want to help out everyone. Here we go. Then I would immediately trust it. But as you guys know, I've been
Wait a second.
Chat, and they've been here for years, and they're a long
listen to this.
This channel and the community.
You know this.
You always got to ask, because it's a difference between if it's someone you know. Legit? Did they just spend over $1,000 to support this channel and the community? You always got to ask, because it's a difference between if it's someone you know, if it's someone who's a regular in the chat, and they've been here for years, and they're a long-standing...
This is insane. So you have to look at your chat and think about if you know them and all this. Like, this is stuff you say in your head. Like, this is stuff you keep to yourself. Because when you talk verbally like this, you sound insane, and you sound creepy. Because... the last thing I want to hear from a guy that I'm just watching, like, it really depends. Like, if I talk to them, like, casually or whatever, but you never want to, like, go full parasocial, like, take that parasocial relationship and make it legit. I mean, there's, like, exceptions to a point, but this is stuff, as I said, that you just do on your own, and you just, like, navigate it on your own. And all this stuff, but because you don't know how the other person is like watching the content. Some people are just there to watch and they just want to hang out, whatever. Maybe they're not there to be your friend. Maybe they're just there just to watch. And if they want to be your friend, I mean, do you want to be their friend? Like that kind of shit. Like this is stuff that's like basic human connecting 101. Like this is stuff that you learn growing up. Like. And this is stuff that like has gotten more and more like there's a lot of stuff that can go into like the internet and watching streamers and all this other stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that is like that you have to think about because you could become Derek. Derek is like the key example of it, where Derek has formed all these parasocial friendships, and he's like thinking that they're all legit friends. Like he thinks DSP is his genuine friend. That if Derek flew into Washington, DSP will open the door to him. But he wouldn't, because DSP would be like, dude, you're fucking weird. Get out of here. But he doesn't, like, all this stuff. Like, this is stuff that is, like, it is insane. It's insane that DSP is that guy that doesn't know that this is not something you shouldn't convey to people. And he says, I'm just being real because I respect you guys. But you don't need to be this real. Like, I understand, like, if I watch someone else's stream that, hey, I don't need to get to know them personally. I don't need to talk to them like I know them. Like, I'm watching a person do art on Twitch. I'm not gonna start talking to that person like they're my best friend. I'm like, oh no, they're like, hey, I'll talk to them, you know, what I'm watching, see if they're watching whatever, or I talk about art with them, whatever the fuck. Like, I'm not sitting there like, yeah, man, okay, hey, can I come over? Oh, dude, what's up, man? Like, it's just, like, this is stuff you have to develop as a person to just know how to, like, keep to yourself sometimes. There's nothing wrong with forming connections online or anything like that, but it's like you have to know and feel other people out. But this is not something you talk verbally about. Like, I know you and I'm your friend now and whatever. Like, this shit is fucking weird, and it's not normal or anything that should be good. If any other streamer talked like this, it would be a fucking weird thing that would go, like, oddly. Because imagine you take this, if this got put on the news and people who don't know DSP saw this, they'd be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, it's insane.
And they say, I just want to help out everyone. Here we go.
Here we
then
go.
I would immediately trust it. But as you guys know, I've been through the ringer over the years. I've seen so many different ways of trolling.
But this is also insane. So let's say Only Ice Coffee lived in Argentina and all this stuff the whole time. Or he moved to Argentina and he just spent $2 on 100 memberships. What about that, Phil?
Chargebacks, crimes committed against me in attempts to...
And this is wild to compare gifting like 400 memberships to chargebacks and stealing credit cards. Like, this is insane. Think about it. The dude bought memberships through YouTube legally and for the cheap. Now, he's going to insinuate that this dude is using a VPN, but do we know that? Again, DSP said Nikita never talked in chat. All this shit. How do we know Nikita is talking anywhere else? We don't. And at this point, after this, we will probably need, if Nikita shows up and says, I am Nikita, what's up? Then we're gonna need him to, like, prove it, I guess. I don't know, because, like, this is insane. How do we know Nikita is using a VPN, Phil? How do we know that?
To fuck with me and my business and my livelihood. And so whenever I see something like this, right?
Right?
I tend to be very skeptical. Now, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, right?
The mouth?
But at the same time, you gotta wonder. So basically, after a couple of days, I started looking at my YouTube revenue, and no revenue seemed to be recorded for those 400 gifted memberships. To which I'm like, now I'm skeptical. I'm like, how could I have gotten 400 memberships but no real increase in income those 2 days? It doesn't seem to make sense, right?
Right.
And some people were starting to say things like, oh, well, maybe what it was these people were from another country, like Nikita, whoever Nikita is. Maybe Nikita is from another country, and in their country,
my God,
memberships cost something different. So maybe you did get paid, but you got paid less than what you would have thought. So instead of making, you know, if it's a $4 membership, I would have made like $2.50 a membership, but maybe not. Maybe in their country it's way cheaper. So maybe you made like $1 a membership instead. Can you confirm that? And I looked. No, I didn't even get that. Like, I didn't get $400 for 400 memberships. Like, no, there's like nothing there.
What?
Right?
Oh. What? But they said that the currency is different. And that's what it is, correct? So... Oh my God, dude. What?
Like $1 a membership instead. Can you confirm that? And I looked. No, I didn't even get that. Like, I didn't get $400 for 400 memberships. Like, no.
But okay, he means individually, and it's individual a dollar, but the conversions are completely different. The pricing is different. All this stuff is, to like think about is all different because a dollar, an American dollar, may be different in Argentina or whatever in any other country. Like, there's no 1-to-1 like difference half the time. Like, come on, dude, this is insane. And you read that, and it's like, well, no, I didn't even get that. Like, dude, it's a conversion. Think about it. If they're using different currencies, maybe it reflects differently in general.
There's like nothing there, right? So I'm like, definitely that can't be it either. So what could it be?
Like,
right?
how does he know other currencies have $1 a membership? Like, dude, come on. Think about it. You have a set amount. Someone tells you on your stream chat, what if the currency conversion changes the price? No, man.
So a couple days pass. It hits January 10th. Okay? And on January 10th, I get gifted another 100 memberships. This time from someone whose name is Duty. Now, at this point, I'm skeptical. I'm like, since those first 400 memberships didn't seem to count for anything, could these be real? So I go and check this person's YouTube channel. All right? And their YouTube channel has existed since 2021. So it's not a new, like, dummy account. But they definitely changed the name. The name.
How does he know they changed the name?
Something different previous. I couldn't tell what it was, but you could tell they had just changed the name to say Duty. Now here's the thing.
How do you know? How does he know? Is there a way to know? Huh?
As you know, one of my detractors' names is Duty. Or Duty Streams or something.
No, I like how he's insinuating that the fact that they changed the name is suspicious. My guy, OIC has changed his handles multiple times. He was Only Ice Coffee on Twitch, then Dr. Tony Huge, then Hallelujah He Reigns, then back to OIC, then he was like, and they changed his name on YouTube a few times too. So he doesn't think that maybe that is in line with OIC's behavior too? No, we can't think about that because OIC is a loyal pay pig. That person will give DSP money until they die. Okay, sound good?
What a big-brained fucking person to name themselves Duty.
Oh, and this dude is mocking Duty streams for naming themselves Duty. Dude, you make fucking poo jokes. This dude makes so many poop jokes. It's insane. This dude does nothing but poop jokes. But a dude who named himself Duty, he's like, look how smart you are. You named yourself Duty. You have no room to fucking talk, stupid. Like, okay, whatever.
A real fucking genius, right?
And you know what? Actually, it's gonna be even funnier. We're gonna get even funnier about this. DSP says the main reason why he makes poo jokes and all these other jokes is because no one can get offended by those jokes. No one can be offended by poop. That's DSP logic. And look at him now. He's upset at a name for being called Duty. This dude cannot pick a lane. He just cannot. No matter what. What if he didn't want to offend anyone, Phil? What if he was originally Hate Streams and he wanted to change his name to Duty Streams because no one get offended by Duty? Huh?
You can name yourself anything on the planet, and you name yourself after fecal matter. That's pretty impressively smart, isn't it?
This is really childish. This is what children do when they're really upset at someone and they're just like, yeah. You know, back when I was just a baby, I remember when my brother was making fun of me. Sorry, I hit the mic. I'm getting too into this story. I'm sorry. But I remember when I was a kid, my brother was making fun of me. I would sit there and be like, I would get so mad. I would be like going back and forth, like, well, you're a big baby. And then I run off because that would be it. That would be the big insult. That would just drop on him. That's what DSP is pretty much doing to people. Just sitting there like getting this big baby rage and like, he calls himself Duty. What an idiot. Yeah, oh idiots call themselves Duty. Like, That's like the IQ that we're dealing with DSP. This dude has such baby tantrums. It's crazy. This dude is a big baby.
Anyway, so I'm thinking this person is probably trying to spoof my detractor. Maybe even give him like a rag.
Dude, so many people spoof the detractors in this fucking community that he fucking claps for. A dude was like, tipped him a few dollars a while ago. Not recently. I don't know how like far ago you can go, but there was people pretending to be D Davidson, people pretending to be Tevin, people pretended to be LSB. All this shit has been happening in the past, and he just lets it in. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, wow. But oh my god, for some reason, Duty gets a very specific reaction from DSP. It's kind of weird. If you think about it, like, he doesn't want to name other detractors. It was 7 for a while. Then he moved on to like just trolls, and then but Duty is the only one that remained that he will fucking call out in weird ways, in very weird ways, like this.
Right?
And how is it a Raz, by the way? The dude names himself Duty to Raz Duty by giving DSP money. Huh? Okay.
Looking at it, I'm like, this one even more than Nikita is probably questionable. Because now you can tell this is an account that just changed their name. They changed it purposefully to a detractor's name, right? But the thing was, the memberships went out, and people got them, and people had all the benefits.
Dude.
It wasn't like...
This kind of reminds me, there was a Rage 2 stream where... What was it? Was it people gifting out subs and then refunding the subs? There was something weird like that going on that got a similar rant like this, where he was freaking out about people getting refunds, and he was mad about it. He was genuinely mad people were able to get refunds. And it's like, that's money that should be mine. They sub to me, and then they're not like, then they cancel it, man. What the fuck? That's positivity, man. And he got so mad that people were getting refunds.
Memberships went out, people were like, oh, what happened? They're fake. I can't use the emotes. I can't use... No, they all worked. Okay? So within 3 days, well, 4 day, a 4 day span, I'd gotten 500 gifted memberships on this channel, right?
Correct? Okay.
So, as you know, the weekend happened and all of that. My day off happened last week and everything. And I come back to streams this week, and I basically told you guys at the beginning of the week, it's weird that it's not recording any income for those gifted memberships. And now there's 500 of them. And none of them are recorded as revenue. And I'm like, something definitely gives here, right?
Something gives, man. Something's got to give.
Someone else came on these streams by the name of X-Hooligan.
X-Hooligan, oh, that's the name.
Did a series of super chats as well as 50 gifted memberships. But this person started speaking in Spanish. And then we...
Spanish! Bum, bum, bum! I can't believe it. Fucking Spanish?
We're using Google Translate to try to figure out what they were saying. Well, one of the things that they said, all right, was something like, oh, so I like your content, but I have to go poop.
Huh? This dude has literally had times where he said, oh, guys, I gotta go on break. I gotta go pee. Like, dude, what if he's just joking like that? Like, he's making fun of you for how you tell us that you have to go pee. So he says, I have to go poo. And you make poo jokes. Like, this dude, if we're gonna do this, okay, you know what? Guys, I figured it out. Duty, you're gonna get doxxed. I figured you out, Duty Streams. I know who you are. Exactly. As you can see, Exhibit A! DSP makes poo jokes. Correct? Mountains of poo jokes. Hershey Squirts. One of them. One of the examples there. He makes poo jokes. Your channel. Duty Streams. Coincidence? I figured it out. Sorry, Duty. I know you're DSP. Can't fool me. You know what they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, Shame on me, fool me 3 times, poo in your pants. Some DSP style humor. Thought you'd respect that, DSP.
I mean, like duty. You see what I mean? So basically, this guy is probably the same person. All right? But now they're pushing the envelope even further. Not only are they doing fake gifted memberships of some kind, but now they're actually trying to get attention on the streams as well by doing super chats and getting me to respond. You understand? So, at first,
Oh my god.
you know, I was
this dude, like, to be a little fair, I kind of understand part of this logic jump he's doing in this way. Some people do come onto his stream and they do act all like, "Oh, I love you, Phil. I'm gonna give you a lot of money." Then they start saying like troll stuff, and then they end up being a troll, and then they get banned. And it's usually a clown show, which is like, no one kind of respects that kind of troll because it's like you give him a lot of money just to do that. Like, why? You know that kind of shit. But I know why he would think that. But it's just that the poo thing is a little too like. It's too coincidental because, like, yeah, I get that too. It's like, oh yeah, make little like nods to other stuff, but at the same time, it's so generic. Like, it could just be a genuine like thing he's trying to make a joke of because he makes poo jokes, that kind of thing. It's one of those things. It's like, you know, if you genuinely think that, okay, like, but maybe you should keep it to yourself.
responding positively to this stuff. But this person
Wait, what?
to respond. You understand? So, at first, you know, I was responding positively.
Oh, this shit I hate. I hate this shit so much. So much. I despise it. This is one of the things that really pissed me off over the years that has became a thing with him. He makes it a point to be like, I responded positively. I was such a nice guy to this person. And I talk about this about like all these things. I think RGB, he does it to a few people where he responds, yeah, like very kindly, but cautiously. But he goes out of his way to be very kind to obvious trolling. And then when they like decide to troll, like, see, I was being nice, and this guy was a troll. But it's like you knew he was a troll anyway, and you wanted to be nice to pretend. And here it is again. I was so kind to him. DSP, you tell us every day how you're such a nice person. Nice people don't act like this. They don't make it a point to bring up how nice they are. Like, you're at that point, you're just admitting you waste people's time. Honestly. Like, dude, shut up. And honestly, it's also a way for him to say, like, see, I didn't preemptively ban him because I thought he was a troll. But it's like, it's your fucking stream. And he tells us all the time that we shouldn't ask why people got banned, correct? Right? So, why should we care, right? Correct?
To this stuff. But this person, after a couple days, kept doing these super chats in Spanish, and after a while, I started to see a pattern brewing. Okay?
Oh my god, dude. Him and patterns.
After seeing
this
that,
dude. He tainted the word pattern so much. Everything is a pattern. Oh, these pattern players, fuck them, guys. I'm afraid of this support pattern continuing after like one stream. Like, I'm tired of it. Enough noticing patterns. Like, yeah, I can notice patterns.
I kind of started to figure out what might have been going on, because there's something that happens here on YouTube that, to my knowledge, is an exploit. I don't know if it's actually like purposeful.
It's an exploit.
It seems to be an exploit.
Oh my god.
What is an exploit? An exploit means that someone.
And then we have to explain what an exploit is. This dude over-explains so many things, dude. Please, just imagine that you have faith in your audience, that they know what words mean. You're talking to gamers. And he's explaining what an exploit is to us.
Loophole in a system that should not exist and was not part of the original design of the system.
And you know what? You know what's fucking bullshit about him saying this though? And I'm gonna oh my god, dude! I hate when he goes on these kind of rants where he tries to shame people for using exploits and all this stuff. This dude's existence is because of that. He uploaded 10-minute videos and parts for the longest time. Even when YouTube allowed it, he still did it because he knew he could milk fucking ad revenue. His entire existence is based off that. He tries to exploit systems all the time. All the time. YouTube says, oh, you cannot have multiple AdSense accounts. He had multiple AdSense accounts. Oh, he told people to click on the ads. That's not exploiting a system by uploading a video to say that? And then he got in trouble for it. And it's like, well, no, man, technically that didn't happen. Whatever the fuck. This dude exploits systems all the time. He finds it all the time. In both meaningful ways in real life and in video games. This dude has no room to shame people for using exploits. He does it himself. He uses ad blocker. And like, if he's gonna sit there and be like, oh, exploits are bad. Oh, exploits. Oh. This dude used ad blocker on fucking DSP Gaming when he uploads videos. And he tells you, and he would even go on to say before he admitted it, that using ad blocker in a way is an exploit. Because YouTube obviously does not intend for you to use it. And he's telling you that, oh, these exploits are bad, this and that. He uses one. He uses an exploit. Like, this dude is such a piece of shit.
Yet they found a way to use it for personal gain or benefit. Okay? And you might say, exploit. Well, what's the exploit? All right? So here's what I'm to understand, and people can correct me on this because I only know of this from people telling me and through my research basically last night, where I found out through someone contacting me and telling me. This always happens too. People contact me behind the scenes and they'll be like, Phil, just so you know.
Dude, get a load of this.
Basically last night, where I found out through someone contacting me and telling me. This always happens too. People contact me behind the scenes.
It always happens. Like, dude, this is insane to say. Whatever.
Just so you know.
And I like how he mocks people for bragging all this stuff, but he has fucking, like, people telling him that assume to be fans, right? And he's, like, mocking that? Like, dude, shut up. Come on. And you know the other thing is he says this as if it's a good thing. But you know what? It makes him look stupider. It makes him look so stupid. And I'm glad he brags about it. Honestly, when he brags about how the trolls brag about it, I think it's doubly funny. Because he thinks it's such a big flex and how dumb the trolls are. But you know what? It makes him look like the bigger idiot. Out of it. Think about it. If you are bragging about something and you don't react to it unless someone directly emails you stuff that's public information that's bragging and all this stuff, then you look like a fucking idiot. And he's done this so many times. And he brags about it. And he thinks he's winning. No, Phil, you're a fucking idiot if it takes you this long to realize something.
We found out what really is going on. For example, when I got kicked out of Twitch, the partner program.
Oh, this is my favorite. I listen to this, and this is my new favorite thing I've ever heard. This is my favorite Twitch story.
From 2.5 years ago. Now it's almost 3 years ago. At first, I had no clue what happened, and Twitch wouldn't respond. And then someone behind the scenes contacted me and sent me all the information. And said, here's literally the anti-DSP campaign that was sent to Twitch to make you look awful. Obviously, it's completely false and out of context.
False and out of context. How is it false? You said those things. How can it be false when he says he said them? Out of context, okay, I can give him that in a way, but they're not false. He said them. He said so himself multiple times. He even watched clips of him saying the F word. Come on.
Like it was like a compilation of my worst moments of like 15 years, right? And they.
So okay. Get a load of this, right? He says it's a compilation of 15 years, which is not true. He means probably like 13 years, whatever the fuck. If the bad moments were only in the early years, wouldn't it be less? Because if it's a compilation of back then all the way to current, then you're still doing the bad. Okay. Don't
And
think
I
about
Twitch
it.
said basically Twitch had to basically get you out of the partner program because if they didn't and
They had
someone
to.
complained, then how
And if someone
can they
complained,
pretend like they're woke?
how can they pretend that they're woke? This is single-handedly the dumbest fucking statement I've ever seen. Like, I will always say that I agree that the moderation on Twitch is like bad because it's whatever. Some people get it worse than others. It's very sporadic, and it's not easy to read because you could probably find people who are problematic are still on Twitch streaming like nothing happened, or they get banned for like a day, then they come back, whatever. There's some exceptions, there's some differences, whatever. Again, it's not equivalent. Again, the issue with Twitch, in my opinion, is that their moderation is not equal. It's not equivalent moderation. And that's just the nature of the business. I mean, that every site has a not equivalent moderation. So you're never going to get away from it. But him to say that, oh, the ban me to seem woke is kind of an insane flex, if you think about it, because DSP is a nobody. How is DSP simply existing such a threat to Twitch's image of them being woke? And the other thing is, I just also want to bring up, there was a guy that raided him back when he was playing Cyberpunk, and I don't remember what happened. I think people either told him that that DSP was an asshole and all this stuff, and he's like, oh man, oh, I'm sorry about that, whatever. Like, they had instances like that where where people were even telling other people that he's not necessarily racist, that he was also just an asshole. And people are like, oh, okay, like, you know, whatever. Like, come on. But to make it sound as if like he was such a big mark that they had to get rid of him, otherwise they would say that Twitch is not a woke website, is kind of insane. Like, it's wild to say that. Like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, I don't think he's that big of a dude or an image for Twitch that they should care, right?
Because of the stuff you've said.
And you know what? If that's the case, then why do they let him keep his channel? Like, you know, that statement is silly. It's nonsense. Because if that's so true, that he's such a big mark, that big target, then they should have gotten rid of his channel. They should have just gotten rid of it. Banned it completely. Delete the channel.
Right? So I'm like, wow. So basically, I got punched.
And they told him that he could be an affiliate again. So if he was such a threatening guy, then why does he have the potential to become an affiliate again? Okay.
I did like 10, 15 years ago, because Twitch has gone fully woke, and they don't want anyone
fully woke. This is so stupid, man. Oh man.
Ever said risque commentary on their site, despite the fact I've been partnered with them for ages.
Secondhand embarrassment every time I listen to this dude bring up woke. I mean, man, come on.
They never had an issue with it before, and I don't do it now. That's very interesting.
What if they didn't know you did it, so they didn't know, and then people will say, hey, he did this, and I go, oh shit. Like, he talks as if nothing slips under the cracks. Meanwhile, in his own fucking chat, shit slips under the cracks all the time. He modded bad people before, multiple times. People in his chat should be banned, aren't banned. That's an oversight. He acts as if like no business has an oversight like that. Like, it's so stupid. This dude is an idiot. Like, the more you think about anything, it's just dumb.
Okay? So anyway, that's just one example.
One example.
So, someone sent me information and said, we have seen that there's this person who's bragging stupidly.
Oh, and those people are not putting the name? Oh my god, dude. And this is bullshit. Maybe what it is, you know what? Theo theory time. What if that people that are selling him this, they get it, those emails get ignored and they get on whatever. They say, Phil, we noticed that like when you see the gift sub menu in like other countries, the price is different. And whatever. Like they say that like genuinely, and DSP just ignores it. And it goes to the spam filter. So those emails get ignored. So then the guy who sends him the email is like, he's not reading my emails. And he's saying that I'm wrong. Okay, I got it. I'll tell him the trolls are saying it, then he'll have to take me seriously. What if that's what's going on now? That's where we're at. That people are only saying the trolls are saying stuff so that DSP can read it. What if that's where we're at? What if DSP doesn't read anything anymore and he will only read emails if they say a troll said something? Part of me wants to send an email and experiment saying, Phil, you know that the trolls are saying this, and see if he says anything about it, but I don't want to do that. That sounds too much work, and I'm not gonna fucking bother.
Forums about doing this to you. All right, and what it is this exploit is that what they do is they use a VPN. If you don't know what that is, it means it's basically a way to make it look like you are in a certain region or country of the world.
This dude was against ad blockers for the longest time. VPN, it gets added to the list. Mods, you know what to do.
Even though you're not. It's a way to get around if like an IP address is blocked in your country, you can use a VPN to still access the IP address. It protects your identity in a way.
Okay. What?
Even though you're not. VPN. If you don't know what that is, it means it's basically a way to make it look like you are in a certain region or country of the world, even though you're not. It's a way to get around if like an IP address is blocked in your country, you can use a VPN to still access the IP address. It protects your identity in a way.
Okay, he must have tongue-tied. He said he still accesses the IP, whatever.
Okay. So basically, what people have found is that there's particular countries where if you go to YouTube under that country, okay, that location, YouTube's pricing is completely wrong. It's not that the pricing is cheaper, it's that it's just fucking wrong. Okay? Now, I don't know specifically what countries it is. Apparently one of them is a Spanish-speaking country. Okay? So
why are you afraid to say Argentina suddenly? Like, he knows that's what people are saying, and he's like, Spanish-speaking country. Can't say Argentina. Argentina's now banned.
If you so for example, right now, if you're in the United States and you want to become a member of DSP Gaming, it's $3.99. That's the pricing that I'm able to control, and that's it. I don't control international pricing. YouTube does. So apparently people found a way to use a VPN to pretend like they live in another country, and when they do that, it changes all the pricing of everything on YouTube. Completely wrong.
Because I think maybe what YouTube is doing is that it's converting the price that you have for that country. Like if you lowered to $3, it's whatever that conversion is. You know, come on.
Not a correct rate. Like some people say, oh, it's exchange rates. No, it's not.
It's not.
YouTube's pricing is fucked up for certain countries, and it's not right. So basically, what this person did is they used a VPN to log in as another country. And they went and bought hundreds of memberships.
Oh my god, do we need the fucking finger tapping? Dude, listening to this on headphones is fucking torture. Like, dude, I banged the mic once. I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna like, ruin someone's day. Someone's day was probably ruined, and I'm sorry. But this dude actively just fucking where the mic is all the time. And I get all these comments about how my audio is bad or whatever the fuck. Sure, I get it. I'm a fucking idiot. But this dude is a professional, and we're just listening to finger tap earthquakes on the mic. Like
for like pennies, right? So think about this. They bought 50 memberships, and if they did that in the United States, that would be like $4 times 50. That's $200. They were able to get it for like 50 cents. Because it's fucked up. It's completely broken. So they bought 200, then they used another account.
Oh my
god.
100,
and now
oh my god. And you know what? It's also shaking the camera. This dude needs to stop doing this so much. It's so bad. Like, I can bang my desk because my phone camera is on a tripod that's separate. The mic is on a chair I made when I was a kid. Yeah, I made a chair. I went to camp and I made a chair, and it's a great chair. It says Theo and it says Mario Party 5. Yeah, I like Mario Party 5. So, like, yeah. Dude, come on, think about that.
did 50.
The most you might get is like maybe when my chair like hits the chair, maybe you hear it, but whatever.
550 memberships purchased via a VPN exploit that should not exist and has incorrect pricing, and they bought 550 memberships for like $2. So you might be like, so why didn't I see the revenue? Well, I did. I made $2 on all those memberships.
Yeah.
So how would I
okay.
even have known that's what it was? There's no way you could record that and it would make any sense. How would you know? Right? So
Right?
to confirm this, there's been super chats that have been coming in from people, and they look huge. For example, someone will do a super chat, and
Oh,
it'll be red,
man.
and red means it's the highest tier of super chat. Okay? You're like, whoa, it's a red super
Whoa.
chat. That means it's very valuable. But when you actually currency convert it from whatever this Spanish currency is,
Okay. I love it's not currency rates, it's or any of this or whatever. Yet we're now talking about converting money into other money. What? Okay.
that the super chat is, and you convert it to USD, it's like $1 or less. So yeah, it's basically YouTube is fucked up. They have this.
I just think the currency conversion on YouTube is just weird. That's why, like, you know, when I use Stream Elements, it does convert the super chat, so it does tell me the amount that's in dollars. So it's like, okay, I know what I'm getting at least. Sometimes when I get a chance to look at Streamlabs, Stream Elements, I see that. But then I go to, if I look at YouTube chat, it doesn't tell me, which is like whatever. But sure, that's kind of a bummer. But he could just find other ways around that. You know, like he could probably just, I don't know, like not care, just be glad you got a super chat. I don't know.
Glitch or exploit a hole in the system.
A
Where
hole in the system.
People are working around, you know, where they live and buying things on YouTube insanely cheap. And apparently it's not just me. Apparently this has been going on for months. Like, people have been going to YouTube streamers and dropping hundreds of gifted memberships on their channels, and the people are like, oh my god, this is amazing. This could be like life-changing money for me.
What if they're not saying it's life-changing money and they're just happy to see 100 people get gifted a membership? Like I love that he's saying this as if like they're specifically happy because they're getting the money, that they could possibly get life-changing money.
You just gave me $1,000, and then they make like 25 cents. And they're like, huh?
Huh?
I want you to think about how fucked up that is. Now, here's the thing. Me, it's not that huge of a deal. I'm not...
Dude, he was getting like fucking horny for that money though. He's like, dude, if these members are legit, oh man, it would help so much. Oh man, oh, imagine how helpful these tips are gonna be. And now he's like, it's not a big deal, you know. It's fine, it's cool. I got that much. It's like this dude's trying to play it down because he realized how much of a bitch he looked. Or how thirsty he looked, and now he's like, well, no, I'm cool, guys. Like, no, you were thirsty for them.
Dependent on or expecting to get that kind of crazy income out of gifted membership.
It's just cope.
Right? But for someone else, imagine someone, like, they're a small-time streamer, and they're sitting here, and they're live streaming, and someone comes on their stream and says, oh...
I love this fake concern for small-time streamers. This fake-ass concern. Because it affects him. But he's trying to, like... pointing to other streamers so it's easier for you to feel bad, because you're not gonna sit there like, Phil, oh, like, come on. But honestly, if it didn't matter to Phil, if he always suspected that these members were fake or whatever, correct, then why are we talking about it like this? And he also and wait till the end of this fucking rant, because it is insane. This dude is saying, "Oh, it's not a big deal, man." Like, let's rewind it.
Money for me. You just gave me $1,000, and then they make like 25 cents, and they're like, "Huh?" I want you to think about how fucked up that is. Now, here's the thing. Me, it's not that huge of a deal. I'm
not that huge of a deal. Not that huge of a deal.
Not dependent on or expecting to get that kind of crazy income out of gifted
He's
memberships.
not expecting
right?
it, guys.
But for someone else, imagine someone like they're a small time streamer, and they're
He's
sitting-
not expecting it, but he was like demanding to get answers why it wasn't counting because he said it's gonna help me a lot if it counts, man.
here, and they're live streaming, and someone comes on their stream and says, "Oh, I'm gonna be like."
And you know what? It's so funny. You know what? I'm more thoughts are racing to my head. The toxicity is rising. This dude spent a year explaining how gifted members worked, right? He was like, "Oh, you have to like accept it. You have to like do this or that, or it's not gonna count." Blah 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 blah. Right? So when this whole confusion was going on, there were like streams. The I think it was this one. No, must be this one. But whatever. He mentions OIC in it, or is and all this stuff, and during this, he's explaining how you have to, he's like, so how does this work, right? Like, I know if you're a brand account, you can't get gifted something. Like, so you have to go to a menu, and they do this. And he's like, people were walking him through a process he explained so many times. It is embarrassing. This dude should be embarrassed that he says he's like 41 years old or whatever, but he's fucking 80 at this point. He talks like a fucking idiot. He talks like a fucking idiot all the time. And he's like, yeah, man, like, you know, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm smart. I'm a genius. Okay? So how does gifted members work, man? Because these Akita members, like, they went out, but, like, to the office, because it was so fucking weird. Like, get this, right? So, like, you don't get the membership until you accept it. Okay, but they all accepted it. But, like, you know, it's so fucking, it was so clear. He just was desperate to hope, clinging to hope that those memberships were real American memberships. But they weren't, and he's like, what? No, not the currency, no!
What do they call that? Like a philanthropist? I'm just dropping on random...
What?
And they're sitting here, and they're live streaming, and someone comes on their stream and says, oh, I'm gonna be like a, you know, what do they...
What were you gonna say, Phil?
Call that? Like a philanthropist?
A philanthropist? Dude, he could have just said a supporter. He could have just been a generous supporter or whatever. He went with philanthropist. This dude, man.
I'm just dropping on random YouTube streams today, and I'm helping people, right? So here we go. I'm just gonna...
You know what? Okay, more toxicity. Fuck this guy. This dude talks about other streamers like they're fucking homeless people. This dude, oh my god. Fuck this guy, man. He wants it's like he wants us to see streamers as fucking homeless people. But fuck you, call him an e-beggar. But what is this? Oh yeah, this guy goes to streamers like, I'm gonna be a philanthropist and I'm gonna help other streamers out. Dude, they're just supporters or fans or whatever the fuck. No one thinks of it that deeply other than being very thankful. No matter what, but DSP, it's like, yeah, they go around doing this and that. Like, as if all these other people are fucking beggars, like he is. But Phil, you're not a beggar, so why are you talking about other people like they're fucking homeless? He talks like little streamers like me are like fucking little homeless people that have nothing or whatever. Like, why are you assuming other people's livelihoods, man? I know it's fucked up to think like that, but this dude is saying like, yeah, you know these little guys? They're just streaming, and this guy is giving him like 100 memberships, and it's in around, they're just getting like 25 cents. Okay, they're getting 25 cents a 100 member. Like, if that's their livelihood, then clearly they need to think of something else to do. Like, come on. This dude is insane, man.
Gift you, and they gift 500 memberships to their community, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe this is like life-changing money for me, and it doesn't count.
But if the dude is masquerading as a philanthropist, as you're saying, then why would they do that? You know what I mean? Come on.
They don't get it. They get a quarter, a nickel. Like, what the fuck? So, now here's the deal. All right?
Here's the deal.
Basically, you might say, well, how is this allowed? It's not. It doesn't...
How does he know it's not allowed, by the way? Like, he says it's not allowed, but he was very factual about a lot of things that end up being wrong. Like, he was matter of facting a lot of people when he was wrong. Directly.
Matter how much YouTube pretends like it is, it's not, because it's an exploit. The difference would be if this was correct. If this was a proper, like, currency conversion, then it would be correct. But it's not. It's not a proper currency.
But, like, the other thing you also have to ask is the taxing system. Like, when you buy a membership in Argentina or somewhere else, is the tax the same? Do you get taxed? Like, there's all these things I'm just thinking about. I mean, the tax rate might be different. It also is changed by state. I mean, now, like, the digital storefronts are now being more unified in their taxing systems, which sucks ass, I think, because, I think here it used to be pretty good, and now it's like, it went up a few years ago, and it's like, fuck you, man. It was bullshit.
Conversion. It's an exploit.
Some
So
bullshit
in
like
reality,
that, whatever.
When people do this, they're breaking the law, and YouTube, every time that they enable this, also is kind of breaking their own terms of service.
And look at this. Now he wants to crack down on all this stuff. This dude, like, LARPs so much. He wants to be a CEO guy so bad. Because this kind of mentality is like what boomers want to do. Like, this is why streaming services have gone to shit so fast. Like, HBO Max was great, and then boomers were like, wait a second, this is too good. We need to fucking ruin it. I got it. Let's remove products, cancel other products, and just cycle stuff through that make money. We gotta make money. And fuck what we had before that people liked and they were like jumping up and down for it. Fuck that. Get that out of here. Let's go for the Netflix model, but make Netflix look even better. Sorry, I'm like, I'm very mad. I get very mad when I talk about fucking what happened to HBO Max. It was such a good service, and then they ruined it. It's so heartbreaking. But anyways, it's like when people like dog on Metallica for them hating on piracy so much, when like a lot of musicians are like, yeah, man, just fucking pirate it as long as you support it, whatever. And they would pirate and they end up being fans and they end up supporting their band in the long run. But it's that kind of draconian bullshit that's like they think these are innately bad, when it's like it's not that. It's just, hey, if they're gonna support, they're gonna show up. It's that kind of shit. But DSP's like, well, this isn't the support I want, so it's bad. Like, who fucking cares? If they want to use a VPN to get cheap memberships, so fucking what? If your goal is to get the most support from people or whatever the fuck, those people are gonna show up. He's gonna get people to show up. He has to 1 minute, man. Like, and honestly, this makes him look so unappreciative to all these other people. These nobodies, that sounds kind of shady too, but these nobodies in DSPs are like Nikita, Duty, and all this stuff gets all these like changes to the stream because they're able to give him so much money through a loophole. But these people have supported him in meaningful ways with money and all this stuff that allowed him, by the way, to keep functioning as a business. That gets put to the side because, oh no, if people know that they could get $2 to give 200, like, that's gonna be bad for these other people that haven't given you money that may want to give you money. Like, it's such a stupid thought process, and it's dumber, in my opinion. That mentality is dumber for people like Phil, because there's so many people who watch people online that are willing to support, and there's all kinds. There are people who want to support by just watching, liking, commenting, the meme ways or whatever, but there's so many other people that want to give like big amounts, give them a lot of tips or whatever. So it's really no reason to just focus on the people who may not be genuine versus those who are genuinely supporting. And DSP focuses so much on the people who are not genuine or are not giving him money the way he wants. It's such a bad attitude and such a bad thing to focus on, because this honestly, in a way, isn't harming him. He was still getting gifted, he was still getting memberships anyway. It was gonna expand his community anyway. Like, it doesn't hurt him in any meaningful way. And if anything, it may help him get to the new emoji slot. This is kind of getting still ahead of what I want to bring up because he changes the member goal. It's actually in the title. I'm dumb and this stuff. The Sword Hoken title says DSP removes 550 members. But what is the point of hiding the goal? Wouldn't it be better to like see how much we were getting up until the emoji slot? No, we have to listen to Phil tell us when he hits it, I guess. But it's like, why not just show that? It's so stupid. But no, we can't possibly show that because they're fake memberships. Because that's important, even though it's not a big deal. This dude is such a scummy motherfucker, even when it doesn't even matter. It doesn't hurt him, because he still gets the $2. But it's like, no real fan of his is gonna sit there and be like, okay, I guess DSP doesn't need money. He is so dedicated to that. It blows my mind when people give him money, like 1 Minute Man. Like, you know what? I say that in a facetious way as well, but 1 Minute Man gives him like $20 every day and all this stuff, but DSP is like, he's telling 1 Minute Man that 1 Minute Man would suddenly stop giving him money because maybe 1 Minute will see the members total and see he's doing very well. 1 Minute Man is already cut enough to keep paying until 1 Minute Man dies. Like, the only way 1 Minute Man will stop giving Phil money is if he dies. He needs to die for that to happen, because DSP is has so little faith in his fucking community that the whales that are giving him money will just stop giving him money. But they still give him money. But he's gonna attribute these slow streams to people like Nikita and all this stuff, but that's not the case at all. It's just because, guess what? People don't have infinite money sometimes, and maybe they just don't want to give him money, but he keeps pressuring them, and someone will always fall for it. This dude is such a piece of shit. Guys, just give your money to actual homeless people. If you want to be helpful and want to get great gratitude, give it to a homeless person. They'll be way more grateful than he is. And you'll actually be doing more help to society by doing that than giving him money. You're doing nothing. This dude is a piece of shit. Just give your money to homeless people. Just go outside, find someone out the street corner that's a homeless guy, give him a 50. Give it to him. Yeah, he's gonna buy alcohol with it. You know what? He's homeless. Let him drink. Let him drink. He's homeless. This dude, he has a home. Think about that.
Their own partnership contract. Okay?
Yeah.
If this becomes a huge thing on YouTube and this starts happening en masse to tons of YouTubers, that's a lawsuit against YouTube.
Isn't already happening to mass YouTubers, as he claims. Whatever.
And they're going to have a hard time defending themselves. They are, because this...
But this is dumb. But then what are they going to do, right? Let's say that they go to court and they're like, well, I mean, how can we know what's a VPN and what's that and what's not? Like, what are they gonna do? Give everyone a flat rate, but then you can't customize your memberships anymore. So what? Give flat rates, everyone's $5 memberships? Okay. But what does that mean globally? Like, it's just really stupid, and it's like, why should he care? Again, he has people that love him, that give him money. And he's talking about these like artificial people, these other people factor. Oh my god, these other factors that don't like matter to him in any meaningful way. He thinks that they do, but they don't.
This is a problem. This is a giant hole where people can just lie and buy things on the cheap, and that affects people's businesses, right?
Dude, like, fuck off. Like, honestly, if we get to the point where we start like fucking up, where we're gonna start just blocking international websites for this bullshit reason, like, that's bullshit. Because, like, there's so much bullshit going on. Like, just let people have this one exploit at this point. If this is a genuine exploit, let them have it. Don't be the party pooper, Phil. This dude is because he wants the money, but he has so many people give him money, but he wants to milk global people. And it's such bullshit. Like, enough with this. And this dude is like, well, that's business, man. And you know what he talked about the Ubisoft thing where it's like, well, guys, like, that's how it is, man. You don't own the rights, man. You don't own the game. Yeah, people get that. That doesn't mean that they're not wrong for saying that they just want to own it. Like, you can still say, yeah, I know we don't own it physically or whatever, but it should still be illegal for them or wrong for them to take it down. They put it out to sell. I bought it, and that should be it. I like, you know, that's why, like, you know, the Skullgirl stuff. I do get the controversy and why people are upset with it. I get it. I'm not gonna sit there and tell people that they're factually wrong for this. I mean, for me, the censorship thing with the game, it didn't bother me, but I get why people were pissed off by that. I'm not gonna say that they're wrong for being upset about it. It didn't bother me. What did bother me, I think, is more of a problem, in my opinion, because again, Skullgirls is a game at heart and all this stuff. So that's why, to me, I think censoring the game isn't a big deal. Again, if that's a big deal for you, that's fine. You know, that's on you. You know. To me, it's not a big deal. To me, what I found an issue was them removing pages from the art compendium. The art compendium is an art book. It's just a collection of art from the game, and that's all it is. So removing pages from that is wrong because they bought that, you know, fully. Like, it's one thing, hey, we're just gonna sell a new art book and it's not gonna have this stuff in it. That's one thing, but you're changing people's files that they already bought. Luckily, I mean, that's why I like backed up my files anyway. I have all kinds of like Skullgirls files. It's crazy. But the one that's on the Steam page did update, unfortunately, and now I lost that version of it. But that's wrong because, again, it's an art book. It's supposed to have a compendium of all the art files. So I think it's factually wrong for that to happen. The only exception I may give would be like licensing issues or whatever, but that's like very few and far between and all this other nonsense. But it's like, it's that kind of shit, and these be always simps for the fucking company. Oh, yeah, man, this is how it is, man. Like, even as much as I say, like, oh, the censorship in Skullgirls doesn't matter, I won't defend the Art Compendium stuff because I do think that is wrong, that they did that. You know, that is a problem. So that's why, like, this kind of mentality that he has, that we must crack down on these, like, fucking exploits, it's kind of bullshit. Because there's so much going on in life that is factually anti-consumer. Just let them have this one thing. But no, since it affects him, we have to stop it because it affects the money. Like, fuck off. I thought it's not about the money. Oh, but it's a business. You make money through so many other venues, dumbass. Like, come on. Take one L. Take one L. And you know what? He brags how DSP versus the internet is taking a massive L because of copyright claims and all this stuff. But guess what? He fights those claims anyway. He has memberships. He shills the memberships. All this stuff. He has all these other ways to make money anyway. Like, this dude is such a liar. Like, he doesn't take any factual L. There's so many content creators I watch that take L's and they still function and they're fine with it. Like, come on.
Imagine if you were running a restaurant and someone
my
walked
God.
into your restaurant and says, well, I have a coupon that says that I get everything on the menu for a nickel. Like, what the fuck is this? Hey, you gotta honor the coupon, tough shit.
This is like not accurate. It's more like you have a coupon for like European Starbucks and then or McDonald's or whatever, like a restaurant in like Greece, and it's like, you know, whatever, and then you go to the American version of that restaurant and you expect it to be 1-to-1. Like, dude, and the coupons are made to draw people in. Like, it's a dumb example for many reasons. Like, it just doesn't function. It just can't function.
Right? No, that's bullshit. I'm not gonna give you everything for free. What are you, out of your fucking mind? But, you know.
But you made the coupon. The restaurant had to make the coupon. You know what I mean?
Again, here's the problem with YouTube. Like I already told you earlier, talking to YouTube support, you might as well talk to the painting behind me because I will get a better response from the painting.
Okay, since this dude is all about talking to YouTube and all this stuff, now imagine, okay, guys, you run a restaurant, right? You run a restaurant and you're serving food, and you give the person food, and the person that is eating at your food at your restaurant establishment looks at you and says that they know how to cook better than you, and you should listen to them and how to make a meal and how and what they should be serving, how they should price their servings, how they should operate their business. And should you listen to the customer about how to run your business? No, idiot. But DSP is the customer. He calls himself a customer, by the way, to YouTube. And he's telling YouTube how to run their business. DSP, how do you know how to run their business? Do you know the ins and outs? Do you know why the money situation is the way that it is for YouTube? No, you don't, because you clearly don't, because you're talking about like, well, how do these people get this? They use a VPN and there's an exploit to do this. How does that make sense? Maybe that's why you don't run their business, stupid.
Than talking to YouTube support. And I have an example of this, okay? About 2 years ago, I found that there was a...
I love this example because he doesn't explain what it is. He brings it up, but he doesn't explain what it is. I don't know what he's talking about, because I think that there was one during an AdSense thing that he figured out, and even that wasn't him. It was someone else. Someone else found it out. Like, just think about that. Think about that.
Huge bug on YouTube. I found it myself because I was clicking around and doing stuff, and I just was like, oh my god, this is a humongous liability for YouTube. If they don't fix this,
what is it?
This could break the site. So
what is this bug? Notice he doesn't say what this bug is because he probably doesn't remember, to be fair, but it is so annoying for him to bring this up and not say what it is. What is it? Did you see people's personal IP addresses or some shit? Like, what is this?
Contacted YouTube support, and I gave them step-by-step instructions on how it works. Screen captures, everything.
Again, if this is what I think it is, he didn't do this. It was someone else. Someone else did this work for him. And he just followed their instructions, and he's making it sound like it's him. If it's the thing I'm thinking of, he didn't do this. He's factually lying yet again. What a liar.
YouTube argued with me for 2 weeks that I was wrong. 2 weeks. And I kept telling them, no, I'm not. Here's the evidence. I don't want to hear you give me a form letter. I don't want to hear this bullshit. This is a huge site exploit. You need to fix it. So after 2 weeks of me hammering them and saying it's real, give it to someone to review, YouTube support closed my conversation, and I didn't hear from them again, and within 1 month, it was fixed. They closed the problem. It fixed.
I don't think it's what I think it is. There's two things I'm thinking of. I think there's a thing with AdSense that happened when he was on Twitch, so I don't think that's true. 2 years ago, there was something that was going on, but it wasn't like he wasn't the one that figured it out. It was just happening to everyone, and then like YouTube fixed it anyway. Like they were probably working on a fix as he was ranting and raving about it. Probably.
They repaired it behind the scenes. Okay? So it's not that YouTube doesn't fix these issues. It's that they drag their feet when they do, and they fight you because they actually.
This is so stupid. He insinuates so much from these people that is not even true, and it's actually projection of how he views it, because there's so many people that tell him, like, just recently, someone posted on DSP Throwback saying, like, that he needs to do more diverse content. Just re-uploading old playthroughs isn't gonna, like, be that entertaining anymore, or whatever the fuck. He said something like that, and DSP, like, argued with him and said that he knows better than him, pretty much, like, people demanded this, so should I just ignore that? And it's like, you didn't really have any fundamental understanding of what was being told to you. Like, he always does that. But this dude was, like, is saying all this shit about YouTube, but does he know how long it takes to fix a website? I mean, again, a website that's accessed by thousands to millions to trillions of people daily, every second. Like, And you know the funny thing? Let's say that they did fix it, and and they said they had to take the site down immediately to fix the thing. DSP will complain saying that's stupid. How dare they do that? And they should have found a way to fix it without doing that. Like, it's such bullshit.
Think they're so smart that there's no way that they could possibly have an issue like this on the site. Like,
But again, like, dude, even then, let's say that these are actual people that DSPs are arguing with and talking to. Why the fuck would they listen to someone that doesn't know what they're doing? This dude has shat on so many people who try to give him advice for not being streamers, though. You're not a streamer, so why are you telling me what to do? Who's the streamer here? This dude mocked people, you know? I think there's even something recent. Let's see. He gets mad at detractors calling him out for talking over Cat. That's kind of feedback. He hears about Baldur's Gate 3, but he's not a game designer, so how does he know about game design, huh? Like, he complains so much about all these other factors, and he's no better. Shut up.
man. An exploit like that, there's no way that exists. We're smarter than that. We're all Ivy League trained. We're all professional brainiacs over here at Google. I mean, we fucking eat pomegrapples and slide down.
Oh my god, this shit, like, dude, like, I get it's goofy that people in a workplace have, like, silly things to like, wind down stream or whatever, but what if that pumps up morale? Like, there's all this other stuff that, like, you know, whatever, but who fucking cares? Like, you know, this dude it's so frustrating to listen to, because there is something worth of listening to workers who say, like, look, I like this floor plan, I don't want this, I don't like that business are trying to, like, get rid of, like, this kind of setting, you know, sometimes it may be more beneficial to be in more open space or whatever the fuck. And it's like, why does it matter? If it helps, you know, give better results of people working, so what? He's only perceiving that they have bad work ethic because he's not happy with how it's handled in his perspective. But if I say I'm not happy with DSP's content from my perspective, I'm crazy and stupid and wrong, and I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not a streamer like Phil. This is the level of stupidity that DSP puts out, and it's nonsense. And then he brings up pomegranate, apple, whatever the fuck. Like, enough with these fucking food shit. Caramel macchiatos. Like, enough with dunking on people for eating food, Mr. I eat authentic pizza, pasta, marinara sauce from Italy itself, and I love authentic food. Oh, the fucking, dim sum. Oh my god, the Mexican food. Oh my god. Like, this dude is the last person to mock hipsters for what they eat and drink when he fucking has an orgasm for foreign food and brags about authentic food. Like, fuck this guy and his attitude with it.
And do Pilates during one of our fucking classes during.
Maybe he needs to do Pilates. You know what? You know the other thing, you learn is that a good diet, exercise, having a good night's sleep, all work in synergy to have, like, a better outlook on life. If you eat poorly, go to bed, like, really late, like, regularly, you're having a bad sleep schedule, and you don't work out at all, you know, you may have, like, a bad, like, you know, mind, because everything feeds off it. That's why you need a balanced nutrition. You need to have all that stuff so your brain can function at its in an optimal setting, an optimal human setting, all this stuff, because it's all, like, it all functions. This dude has probably the worst sleep schedule because he goes to bed at 2 a.m. He just doesn't eat very well. I mean, just look at him. I mean, yeah, he's not fat, but I mean, doesn't mean he has a good rockin' body. You know what I mean? He doesn't go to the gym. Like, all this stuff is just falling by the wayside to him. So he's probably more negative innately and stupid because he's not thinking actively. He's not thinking quickly. He's not being anything. It's just nothing but complaining. That's what's happening more and more, even outside of the podcast, even outside of the gaming news, just everything. It is astounding how much this dude has found a way to complain. Just complain, 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 complain. Complains about people how they watch their video. Complain about this, complain about that, and it's just like at this point, the only reason why people like support him and keep him around is just so you see what he's gonna complain about next. It is insane. This dude will complain about everything but his wife. Until his wife divorces him, he won't complain about her.
Our workday, there's no possible way that we could have a problem with the site. You're out of your mind. But then come to find out, every time people are right, and then they fix the problems behind the scenes, right? So this is definitely a problem right now. Now here's the thing. Now I'm aware of it. And when I see people come in here and I see these super chats and things coming out, I'm just going to ban these people on site and not even respond.
Ban them on site. Remember, guys, he said that this kind of stuff is not a big deal. Not a big deal. But he is the only one that I have heard ban people for currencies. Because again, and I guarantee he's gonna say, "Well, I'm doing this to because they're using a VPN." How does he know? How can he prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that a dude is using a VPN and doing it for their benefit, right? Like, this dude is so thirsty for proof. But how does he know they're using a VPN? Just because they, like, how does he know these other accounts are gonna say that? Is he just gonna assume they're all the same person? This is really stupid. Again, he won't name the person who's bragging about this, and the only thing I think of is there were a few people on Twitter who brought it up, but these people weren't bragging. They were saying, "Hey, look at this. This is how it happens." And it's like, Mr. Stuff. I don't think Mr. Stuff would do this shit. I'm just gonna go out on a wild limb and just assume Mr. Stuff probably has a life and has more things to do than just do this. Like, if that's the account DSP's thinking about, then I think it was either Mr. Stuff or Gamerface on Twitter, or both of them. It's a few people that like brought it up, but they're not bragging. They're saying, "Hey, look at this, get a load of this," and they're just laughing at this dude. But this dude has to cope. He has to cope because he's such a baby.
If you notice, a super chat comes in and it's a foreign currency, and it's someone saying something stupid, I'm just gonna ban and just move on with my day and ignore.
What if X Hooligan was just a fan? Yeah.
Or them. All right.
You know what I mean?
Now, I can't stop.
Dude, I hate.
It's a foreign currency, and it's someone saying something stupid. I'm just gonna ban and just move.
Man, these snaps are so obnoxious. But my guy, you have a rule in your chat saying pretty much you will ban stupid people. Like, oh, if you say insulting stuff, I will ban you. So now you're saying, but I guess now he means if it's something stupid, like if he reads it and he determines that it's stupid, you'll be banned. But what if I'm trying to be funny and I'm a fan, right? Well, get fucked, I guess. Get fucked.
On with my day and ignore them. All right. Now, I can't stop people from using a site exploit. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't make YouTube fix the fucking problem. All right. You would think that now that I've talked about this publicly, that it would become knowledge that people would want to fix. But again, no one listens to Darkside Phil. To me, I'm no one, right? I'm nobody. I'm some idiot. There's no possible way that I could know anything about
this dude literally was told this, and he wouldn't listen, and he told him to shut up. And now he's like, I know, I figured it out. But guess what? That's also factually not true. Because someone emailed it. Like, dude, think about it. He told us in the same segment that someone emailed him explaining this to him. And now he's telling us he figured it out.
This or know anything important. So obviously, me saying this, I might as well be telling this story to this painting.
Dude, he needs to just drink bleach. Just drink it. Just tell me how it tastes, Phil. Tell me how bleach tastes. I'm not gonna try it because I'm a bitch and I'm scared of what bleach can do. So he should just do it. Do it so I don't have to. Come on, Phil. Drink some bleach. Just mix it in your little coffee or whatever and tell me how it
treats
tastes.
me like a dumb meme rather than a human who knows shit. Because I've been around the block for 15 fucking years. I know what I'm talking about.
This dude did not know his mini PC had a fan. This dude is trying to tell you that he's not an idiot, but he convinced himself that there is no fan in his mini PC. Like I'd like just think about that.
I might as well tell Mega Man about it. Maybe Mega Man will throw the Shadow Blade at YouTube and fix the problem, right? But you would definitely hope that someone would listen and try to fix this problem, okay? So if more fake stuff comes in, there's nothing I can do about it, all right? But
Except
I can
the money.
wholeheartedly tell you, after investigating the situation, after having basically looked at forum posts and all the evidence, I have 550 fake memberships on the channel right now. They're not real. No one paid for them, you know?
If we're going to say they're not real because no one paid for them, which is also factually not true because someone paid $2 for them, so technically they did pay for them, stupid. Secondly, no one pays for gifted members except the person gifting the members. So, yeah, Nikita did pay for 200 members. It was just that it went to fucking, it was just $2. But DSP, you have people gifting you members all the time. Those people didn't pay to get those memberships at all. So with this dumb logic, stupid logic, a lot of people would call this, shouldn't the members be even lower? Because we should also subtract just gifted members too. Just all of them. Just subtract all of them. Fuck it. You know, they're not real memberships anyway. They didn't pay for them. Like, come on, Phil. I think we could just remove all the members that were gifted. Then we'll see the real memberships. You know what? I agree.
It's good that you guys have the benefits from them. That's amazing. But the problem is, the whole point of this leaderboard down here is to show how I'm doing support-wise on a stream. Correct?
Correct. But this, oh, man. Okay.
When you see 1,147 memberships, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Wow, that's a lot of members. Phil's doing really good for himself, right?
Right?
That's not true. That's a misconception based on 550 memberships I'm not going to get paid for. Okay?
He's getting paid $2 for them. But again, I hate how he's wording this because he's acting as if he's only making $2. Like that YouTube check is going to be $2. This fucker has ads playing on all of the videos of the channel, ads playing during during this. He's making so much money anyway. This dude is so fucking petty over fucking nothing. And this dude is like crying about this dude spending $2 to get him to rant, pretty much. And, like, come on, man. And he's like, these aren't real members. I mean, again, you can expand that to even his gifted members at that point. They don't pay for the memberships except for the person gifting them.
That's not right. Because now what will happen...
And how does he know that those people who gifted members aren't giving him with clown money? How does he know that? Oh, because of the YouTube analytics? I mean, he couldn't tell that those, like, it was just a clown amount. Like, come on.
Is people will come by and look at that and say, wow, Phil's doing well off for himself.
Again. I will be obnoxious about this too. If people are not giving him money because of that, then they're probably not your fans. DSP makes it a saying that his fans go far beyond would be supporting. He's not looking to give towards the mouth. He's not telling you, oh, you have to tip, or whatever. Like, this is a mask off moment because, again, all the bullshit when he says, I'm not forcing anyone to give me money. Look, guys, you don't have to give me money, man. It's okay, man. It's not the end of the world, right? Don't worry, guys. Don't worry about it, man. If that's true, then why is it such a big deal? Again, this isn't a big deal to him. Yet, we have to be all hands on deck because someone may think that he's doing well for himself with that amount of members. DSP, if these people want to support you, they're gonna keep paying money. Like, dude, so many companies are doing better than me. Oh, Mega 64 is doing a lot of money. Guess I don't need to buy any merch from them anymore. Like, no. I buy merch from them because I like the fucking shit that they make, and I just like the shit that they make. Nintendo's doing pretty well. I'm still buying Nintendo games. Like, he thinks that, again, he's acting as if he's a homeless person. It's insane. He's acting like he's just sitting on the street and someone gave him like $1 million. Like, oh fuck. If someone sees a big check that says $1 million, they're not giving me any more quarters if they see that. I gotta hide that. Like, this dude is such a fucking piece of shit. Dude, you make content every day. Shouldn't they want to support you for the content they make? Isn't that the whole point? So they're gonna support you anyway. He thinks that all these people are supporting him just because they think he'll lose his house. Like, it is so insane. He acts as if he's a homeless person. If that's the case, these people should just run from him, go outside, run to a homeless person down the street, and give them the money. They'll be way more grateful than him. Who's calling? Spam. You know what? I ain't picking up, but I will silence the call. But this dude acts as if he's a homeless person. Oh, guys, man, if they see this, I'll think I'll be doing well. If they want to support you, they're not going to think about that. Like, and again, why waste the energy thinking about who will or won't support? If you're not thinking about that, then why are you already thinking about it? Think about it. Like, this is so stupid. This dude will drive you crazy because this dude is insanely dumb.
He's got tons of support. He doesn't need help today. I'll come back in a couple weeks, maybe when things are slower, and I'll help him then. And that's bullshit. I make my living on.
Oh my god, he's really acting as if like 1 minute gonna go away if this lasts a little bit longer. Like, dude, you have people who support you. And I love he's telling this to their face. Like, he's kind of telling them, I doubt you'll support me no matter what. Like, this dude thinks so little of them. I kind of think DSP makes fun of them more than actual trolls. Like, people who say that they're cucks and simps and blah 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 blah. They're being kind. DSP is pretty much telling them that no matter how much money they give him, they're not real fans. It is wild.
This is my main income down here. You understand? There's no behind the scenes agreements that I have with companies to pay me to show their products.
Again, he's getting paid by ad revenue, super chats, super thanks, times 3 channels, Patreon. I want to say there's another thing, but I think that's it. Like 4 things. Times 3. A lot of things. He's getting paid in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. And he's acting as if he only made $2. This dude, man, he deserves to get deplatformed. I'm gonna say it. He says garbage every day. He whines every day. He only is a toxic person to people. And he actively looks a gift horse in the mouth. All the time. Like, you know, Rich, that fucking bitch-ass dude, goes on Twitter and he starts molding over fucking trolls. Oh, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Saying, oh, how dare you want DSP to be deplatformed and blah, blah, blah. But this dude is milking humans every day, being a shitty person, just being awful. Awful. Like, this dude, like, he would be the reason why YouTube would make it harder for streamers to make money. Like, he's the poster boy for that. This dude makes so much money and he's acting as if he's making $2. I have said this every day. He's a homeless guy who has a home. The worst kind of homeless person because he has a home. Like, he's not homeless, he's not destitute, but this mild inconvenience, and he's acting as if it's the worst thing because someone may think it may not even happen that people just not give him money. That is the scary thing that we're doing here. This is the thing that's making him more worried. Not that, nothing else. No. That someone may decide they won't support him. That is like, that'll send him a shiver down his spine. Because apparently he thinks so little of his own fucking fans. But, oh, the trolls that say DSP's a doo-doo head and he should just shut up. Oh, they're going too hard. And it's fucked up for them to do what they do. DSP is telling people to their face to give him thousands of dollars, and telling him they're not real because they may decide they're not going to give that money again next week. Like, fuck this guy.
This is what I make my living on, and that can hurt me concretely. All right?
Concretely. How? He still gets hat money. He's making so much money anyway. He's acting as if, like, once the real memberships that he has, like, stops, I guess? Like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. And even then, if more people do this, guess what? It's the accumulation theory. Because if 100 people did this exploit, 2 times 100, $200. $200. Just, there you go.
So, enough is enough. Right now, I'm fixing the fucking members total to be appropriate to what I really have. I have 550 fake memberships. So if you subtract 500, you're at 647. And if you subtract the other 50, right,
my God.
you're at 597. In reality, I currently have 597 members. That's the...
What if the duty one was legit? How does he know that one's not fake? At this point, if he's gonna do this shit, he should show the revenue. Like, show it.
accurate number. And so what I would like to do today...
And this is dumb. Again, I said earlier, he was gonna like an emote at 1200. That's the next step to get the next emote slot. So doing this is completely money based and not like goal based or whatever the fuck. So we have to guess how far we're at to get the next emote slot. This is really stupid. Again, if you're a real fan that loves Phil so much that you want to give to members, how are you gonna know how much to give him to get him his emote slot he wants? This dude was thirsty for it. He was like, guys, I have the KNRU emotes. I could put that in. I could do that if we get 1,200 members. And now we won't even know. Now we have to get over that to factually get it counted in his little stupid ass member goal. And this is going to be another thing. When people ask, oh, are you doing automated leaderboards? He's going to say the tips thing, and now this will be a new thing to add. This dude is such a piece of shit. Because he's only doing this for money reasons. And again, he said this isn't a big deal, but it can concretely hurt him. How the fuck does that make sense?
Is get 610. Okay?
Oh, dude, you like this little arm gesture? Look at it.
That's
Look at
the
610.
number. And so what I would like to do today is get 610. Okay?
Like he's just so happy. It was like an authoritative fucking typing he was doing. And this is obnoxious that he does that too. He did that for the event streak too, where he made sure you heard the clicks.
It's only fair that I properly adjust it. So
how is it fair? How is it fair? Because what if I'm dumb enough and I want to help you hit the goal to get you an emote slot? If I'm that stupid, how is it fair for me to not know how much to give you? Because you're doing this and it says 6 cents, so I have to give you more money to hit it? But what? Huh? But I guess if I'm stupid enough to give you money, I deserve to get burned that way, right? Correct? So in reality, this is Darwinism at its finest. if you give this dude money, you deserve to lose your money. You know what? This is what I've been saying, and I'll stand by it every day. These people who give him all this money and shower him, they deserve it. They deserve this dude to give him money because it's gonna just be burnt, and you're getting scammed anyway. And if you're in Argentina, you get a ban. He'll ban you from his life. So guess what? If you're dumb enough to be a fan of him, you get nothing but scammed or banned. No one can say that but Phil. Like all these other people, LTG, hey, he bans people for being a troll in his chat. He doesn't ban you for being in another country.
People actually know what I have, because that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair.
And I love the setup with this because he's setting it up so if people are upset and saying that this isn't fair, blame YouTube. That's what he's gonna tell people. But why should we give a fuck about that when he could just take the L on memberships? Again, people are still willing to give this dude money anyway. People still gave him money during the Tut and Emerald 7 sagas. People still gave him money many times. This is why, like, him freaking out about the WWE Championship is really bullshit. Because again, if people truly cared, he would be homeless, right? Correct? But obviously his own fans don't give a fuck. And he's like, yeah, guys, you don't care, right, guys? Yeah, man. But they care about this. I do spend $2 for this, but like, it makes no sense. But this dude thinks so little of them. He thinks so little of them. It's so funny. And that's what they want to support. I agree.
To you or me, to have people think that this community is doing so much better than it is because someone used a fucking exploit on YouTube that they need to fix on their end that I have no control over. All right? So there you go. Now, it is what it is. Now, listen, that's still a great amount of members. I'm not disappointed about that. And
oh, fuck off. That's not a disappointing number. Dude, you have over 1,000. Fucking shut up or drink bleach.
Around this time of year, that's about the amount of members that I would actually have regardless. But
oh my
the problem now is this month my income is way down because there's no
it's not. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. This dude has got ad revenue. And I guarantee if you go to, like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking be super toxic to this fucker. DSP Gaming. Okay, we're gonna go to a 2023 playthrough, and we're just gonna go to a random part, right? Correct? Let's see, January 2023. Let's see what that gets me. All right.
I can't, dude. It might be
526 memberships. 597 memberships. Already, he made more memberships than the beginning of this clip. And this was, if I click this, it should give me January 25th. So he had more members before this time than ever before. And he's asking for more, like, all this stuff. So comparatively, he should be making more, correct? This dude is a scammer. Get scammed.
Ad revenue to go around on YouTube at all, like literally nothing. So for ad revenue that I had over the last few months in the fall, I don't have.
And like, he didn't complain about the ad revenue in January 2023. He didn't complain then. He didn't complain the year before that. But now it's a problem. The ad revenue now is a problem. Like, come on.
If you would like to support the streams, by all means, please do. And by the way, now that we've confirmed what was really going on, gifted memberships do help this channel. We know that now. As long as they're...
Huh? They do help this channel. We know that now. But... what?
legit, and people aren't abusing the fucking system and using an illegal exploit, alright? I will get
This is so stupid. He wants this to be his piracy situation. Like he wants to be that guy. Like, these people are stealing from me. Yeah, he wants to join the fucking CEOs that complain about piracy every day. Oh, piracy is hurting the bottom line. He wants to be that. He wants to live that lifestyle so bad.
credit for memberships and gifted memberships. So if you wanted to gift memberships to the community, yes, thank you. That would help a lot. All right. Sending super chats, never had a problem with. Tips, never had a problem with. By all means, if you want to contribute via those means, please do. All right. But I am now going to leave this adjusted for the month. 550 members really don't exist. I'm not going to count them for the channel and make it look like I'm doing way better than I am, because that's bullshit. Okay?
Yeah. How dare you make him look successful, and then his people that were going to support him anyway, they may not support him anymore. Like,
Excuse me.
you know, think about that. He insinuates that these people are only supporting him because they think he's doing bad. Not that they like the content. Like, it's so weird. Because you want to know why? DSP doesn't support anyone. He only Twitch subbed on people. He only did a Twitch sub because he had Prime. That's it. He never did a paid sub than ever before. People say he subbed to Justin Wong's or someone's Twitch account. He could have just used the Prime account. So it doesn't matter. Like that, like, come on, think about that. Like, has he tipped anyone?
So,
no.
That's the deal. I know that sounds crazy, but does it sound as crazy as the fact that there was a Comcast employee that for years was actually messing with my internet from internally in Comcast? But that really happened. Does it sound as crazy as the fact that not once but twice I had people
I mean, even let's say that none of this stuff happened, and it was just this happened. This still wouldn't be that crazy because guess what? It's the internet.
catfishing my entire community, pretending to be a fan so they could get in as a moderator, only to then after the fact try to leak information about my mods and also mess with my chats?
Again, another instance where it wasn't a big deal, guys, but like how fucking annoyed he is about that.
That really happened too. Does it sound as crazy as the fact that someone actually pretended to?
Honestly, the Comcast thing is the only crazy thing because the mods, I mean, that's just the risk of being a lolcow and trying to find a mod. You have to find someone you trust, man.
Be an escort that I supposedly was paying to fly over from Europe repeatedly because I didn't have the ability to have a real relationship and I was blowing all my money on it.
He did have the ability to have a real relationship. You saw Kat during that time. DSP, you fucking pretended to be single, stupid.
And then they were trying to catfish so that they could actually blackmail me later.
How are they catfishing him? By the way, you know what I've noticed when he wears these collared shirts? He doesn't know how to wear them. Because it looks like he just like bends the collar like out so everything's flat when it's supposed to be just like facing this way. Like, you're not supposed to like bend the ends like that. It's kind of bothering me. It's like he wants us to look at his neck.
Well, that really happened too. So you see what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff actually really happened. So as crazy as this story sounds, it's not as crazy as the other shit that's already really happened.
And the escort thing wasn't something they did specifically for Phil. They did this because these people who the trolls found out were scammers were doing it to multiple people. Like, he wasn't the only victim. That's why they figured it out it was a scam, because they had other victims. He was just the next one on the list.
Believe it. Okay? So, I mean, these people are wild and insane with the way that they act, and it's just out of control. All right? It's absolutely out of control. All right. Oh, by the way, while we have a couple moderators on the stream, FYI, moderators who are here, because I didn't have a chance to message everyone. No, because what I need to do is set that channel up for the stream, and
yeah, it's like my DSP throwback. Who fucking
and I talked
cares?
to some of my other moderators.
Yeah.
But I definitely need some help with that, so that way it's not. King Be Cruel says, "Is it ironic your old Final Fantasy 13 channel is hijacked by?" So there you go. Our channel, it's not a big deal, but I definitely need some help with that, so that way it's not just me trying to moderate when I'm doing stuff myself. Okay. So there you go. All right, so, King Be Cruel says, "Is it ironic your old Final Fantasy 13 channel is hijacked by someone who streams Spanish soccer on it?" You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I have absolutely
Dude, people's accounts get hacked like all the time. Like, come on.
nothing against Spanish-speaking people. I've known tons of Spanish.
And then why are we dude, are we really gonna, like, make King Be Cruel's comment racist? Because, like, dude, this is wild. And he goes on to, like, I really got Spanish-speaking people, man. Ugh, gross.
People of various different ethnicities over the course of my life who are very nice people. I don't think this is the case that has anything.
I fucking hate, it is really shitty to sit there like, I know people from that race, they're pretty cool, man. They're nice people, man. I mean, they're people. Anyone could be a nice person, it could be a bad person, whatever the fuck. But when you have to make statements like that about other race, I mean, it says a lot about how you view people. Like, do you say, oh, I know a lot of white people, they're very nice? No, you don't say that. You just say, oh yeah, I know these people. But why do we separate, oh, this Spanish people are pretty cool, man. Like, dude, just shut up. And every time he wants to say, like, oh, this is fucked up, he always says this shit.
To do with that. I just think it's a bunch of bad apples. Let's put it that.
Bad apples? What the? Dude. He insinuates that it's a VPN that people are using to get around, and now he's saying that it's just a bunch of bad apples? What? So, for me to have the idea to get a VPN, do the Argentina thing, I have to be Spanish? What? Like, dude, this juxtaposition and implication shit is wild. And then to think that only Spanish people would hijack a channel to play Spanish sports? What? What is the logic here? It's the internet. You don't know who these people are. And he's saying like, oh, they must be Spanish people. But I'm not speaking ill of them, man. Like, fuck off. You didn't even need to say anything.
It's a bunch of bad apples. And they try to spoil the bunch, but they're not going to spoil it for me. People in Spanish-speaking countries are nice people, in general. Okay? But there's bad people everywhere, right?
Oh my god, what a clumsy fucking segment. Just shut up. Just move on, please. Exactly. Oh.
All right.
Oh man. That has to be it. I'm terrified to see what he's doing on stream today. Like, do you even want to know? He has to have a wheel. A wheel has to show up. Wheels always show up for fucking Balder for some reason. God only knows.
Wrong. That did not work at all. Absolutely not.
Wow, I come in and immediately hear the first thing. Wrong.
Got hit in the face for 3 damage. That was incorrect.
Incorrect. 600 of 610. Wow. How much was he asking? Just 610? Okay. At least he didn't change the member goal. Let's see. Was there anything else funny? Did he say anything else stupid? I know yesterday, there was something he said on the pre-stream that I was debating doing a video on, but I kind of decided not to. But I'll give you the Cliff Notes version, and this will be the way I'll end it for this video. So he said this one thing, right? He banned someone in his chat saying he said something fucked up, like really messed up, and I was like wondering, what did he say? What did he say that was so fucked up? That because he said he was insulting his viewers, and he was saying some really fucked up shit about his viewers. I go into the Raw stream, and the chat post he was responding to said, and he got he was really mad too. He got a little mini rant about it. The dude said that his chat were a bunch of simps. And I'm thinking to myself, didn't this dude mock Twitch for banning people for saying simp or whatever the fuck? And he yelled at a guy for calling his chat simps. Okay. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. This was a good one. I will say I'm surprised this is only 2 hours long. I was afraid it was gonna be full of more meaningless rants, but again, I'll end it with my fortune cookie. This is very just a reminder for everyone. For hate is never conquered by hate. Hate is conquered by love. I think we should all think about this. Hate is conquered by love. Alright, that is it. Thank you for watching. See you